happening, everybody? It's time for another episode of Talking with Topher. This is episode 239. I just want to start off by saying thank you to everybody out there for sharing and doing what you do and subscribing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you're new to the podcast or stopping by, click that subscribe button. And then, of course, if you want to get involved with the podcast or have your opportunity to be on the podcast, I will say yes to anybody at this point. All you got to do is send over an email, talkinwithtopher@gmail.com. And then, of course, don't forget about the Linktree link. It's in the description below the video. That's how you find everything TwT, or you can copy that link and share it with everybody you know, but you can also click this share button right now. All right, and that's everything you can do for me. It helps the podcast grow, and I greatly appreciate it. Let's get into today's podcast. All right, everybody, what's happening? It's October 31st, 2024, and man, this year is flying, isn't it? I think I'm in the middle of a midlife crisis, getting closer and closer to my birthday, and I am not excited. When did you stop getting excited about your birthday? Mine was right around 25, 26. I kind of gave up on it, and I didn't really look forward to my birthday anymore. Not that I'm like petrified of it or trying to run away from it or anything, but this year, man, it's a doozy of a birthday. It's 45 for me. I feel different. I actually feel different. I have to say that 44 was about when I really started feeling different, but 45 scares me. I'm halfway to 50, and I can't stop thinking about it. So I've been trying to get over all of this. Turning 45 is scaring the crap out of me. I am not prepared for this birthday. I don't want it to come, and I'm not looking forward to any of the ones after this. It's just crazy how when you're young and you're, trying to reach an age of legalities, right? You want to be able to smoke cigarettes or drink alcohol, or you're wishing that you were 21. You're wishing you were this age. I can't wait to be 16 so I can drive. I know everybody has already told all of you this. Pump the brakes. Pump the brakes, everybody. You don't want it to come on quickly. I'll tell you what you're going to run into. Yes, you get to drive a car. Yes, you get to eventually smoke pot and drink alcohol. Yes, you finally get to a point where your insurance drops. Yeah, that's all over after 25. Guess what doesn't stop after 25? You aging. It doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. So it's scary. And this is Halloween, so we got to talk about scary shit this week. And that scares me, that I'm going to be 45 this year, and I am not happy about it. My brain is rejecting it, and I think I started going through a midlife crisis in a sense. I know this is more than way past my midlife. I mean, if I make it to 80, it's definitely 5 years past, mid. But I didn't freak out when I turned 40. I didn't freak out when I was 44. I was definitely in more pain, and that's what you're going to endure. More pain, achy elbows, knees, whatever your complications are. Now, in your 20s, it just keeps continuing. And it sometimes gets worse. Sometimes you're like, oh my goodness, my elbow. Oh my goodness, my leg. And you know what I mean? It's just like, oh, what did I do? Oh, I woke up. I woke up and I got out of bed. And I know, to most of you out there, this is silly. And you're like, well, this isn't going to happen to me. And hey, I was right there. This was never going to happen to me. I'm not going to feel this way. What do you mean you can feel the weather? That's crazy talk. You can't feel the weather. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. You can feel the weather. You can feel when the weather's changing. You can feel the pressure in the air. It is something I really thought people were making up, and now I realize it's a real thing. It's a real thing, and I'm achy and old. Hey, but we're not here for that. But it is scary to me, and this is Halloween, so I'm scared of it, and I don't know what to do with this fear, but I'm just going to have to bite down, turn 45 and move on, because I can't stop it, right? It's going to happen no matter what, just like you're going to turn 16, be able to drive no matter what. You're going to be able to turn 21, hopefully, if you live long enough and your teenage friends don't get into an accident, which seems to be happening more and more often. So I fear for everybody out there a little bit, which is also scary because it's scary driving on the roads today. It's not a joke. You have to pay attention. Get off your phone and pay attention. But everything in life is scary, I think, until you deal with it. And then it's not as scary. And then you get used to it. And then you move on. And I think that's what I'm going to do now. But I have been freaking out about turning 45. But we're going to have some fun. We're going to get into Topher's topics. And now we're going to get into some murder and some scary stuff going on in the world. So let me get into my first one here. How a throuple relationship ended in a Florida murder mystery, everybody. This is crazy.
Of a woman's body discovered near a Florida highway. Investigators wanted to know if the victim had any connection to a nearby motel room and the blood that they found inside. So they identified her. They then learned about a romantic relationship that may hold the key to her murder. Peter Van Sant has a story for 48 hours.
In April 2018, in the sleepy Florida Gulf Coast town of East Point, it appeared a killer had struck.
I received the call that a body was located off of Highway 98.
Lieutenant Ronnie Jones from the Franklin County Sheriff's Office was the lead investigator. Badly beaten and with no identification, the woman became a Jane Doe. Her killer's identity was also a mystery.
What you worry about then is, are they loose in our community? What type of individual am I dealing with, or individuals?
Less than 24 hours later, Jones received a call about another crime scene at the nearby Sportsman's Lodge Motel, room 15.
As soon as I came in, I noticed the bed. This whole area was covered and had bloodstains on it.
What did that tell you?
I just put two and two together, and I automatically put that back to the body that was found the day before.
A luminol test for traces of human blood revealed even more.
The whole entire bathroom lit up.
The Jane Doe was later identified as Eileen Seiden.
A young 31-year-old female in the Miami area.
And DNA tests would soon confirm it was Eileen's blood in the motel room. Investigators uncovered surveillance footage from a local store showing Eileen with two people the day of her murder. The two were later identified as Zach Abel and Christina Araujo.
Where are they now?
Jones discovered the three had an unconventional relationship.
The three of them were always together.
But the three of them weren't together when Zach and Christina, seen here in a toll booth photo, left Franklin County the morning that Eileen's body was found. Assistant Prosecutor Jared Patterson.
We needed to know what happened inside that hotel room. Outside of 3 people entered and 2 came out carrying a body.
Damn. Well, I guess it doesn't, a throuple doesn't work, huh? Jesus Christ, everybody. Wow. All right. Well, damn. I don't know. If anybody else is in this type of relationship, let's just make sure everybody's on board, okay? Obviously, somebody disagreed with something, and maybe the two girls weren't letting him in. Or maybe he wasn't supposed to get things started without his significant other, and he was getting things started with the other girl, which made the other girl upset. Which, I mean, I'm sorry. Relationships are complicated enough, and I can't tell you how many times my wife has probably wanted to kill me or I wanted to kill her for another reason or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, that's just how it is when you have a relationship with somebody and you live in the same house and you're day in, day out. Not everything is always sunshine and rainbows, but it's not always a cave of darkness either. But you have your days where you're like, Jesus Christ, I could just kill you right now. You know what I mean? Like, we all have those moments, but that must get so much more complicated and messy when you add in another person, right? it's got to get complicated. And obviously for these three, it got really complicated because one of them is no longer here. So I hope that they catch him, and I hope they catch them. And I'm not talking about one person. I'm talking about both of them. Them, the man and the female. Hopefully they catch them and can put an end to this and figure out maybe why, excuse me, she died. But that'll be on CBS 48 Hours. That's really, really crazy. In the link, you'll get the full episode on that. This here I found to be relatively interesting because I was watching a Trump rally. No. Vance was speaking at a rally. And somebody said something about Jesus, and he was like, yeah, and the whole crowd went crazy. Well, this is what happens when you yell out Jesus at a Kamala rally. All right, and this video here is at Angie4056. That's TikTok. So at ANGIE4056.
And they did as he intended. Oh, you guys are at the wrong rally.
Do you think this is about rally size, really?
No, I think you meant to go to the smaller one down the street.
Look at that smug face. She thinks she's so funny. She must think she's so funny because I just don't even, like, if someone yells that out, it's because they thought you were talking about Jesus. So who was she talking about? Huh? Was it Satan? Huh? Lucifer? The dark angel? She wasn't. That person was not at the wrong rally. I think the Democrats believe in, well, I guess you could call it dark magic. I don't know what else to really call it besides that, but the devil worshiping and the blood of children and all these things that they are into. So when someone yells that out, she goes, oh, no, you're at the wrong rally. We don't believe in him here. Now that is funny. This election is going to be wild, everybody. And if it is October 31st, November 5th, we are 6 days away from this election. It is getting wild. Now check this out because this is crazy. And I do believe that this is fake. But the credit goes to TOWERHIGHTS. All right, so go and follow them on TikTok, whatever. But I do believe this is fake, and I'll go over why I think it's fake after. Obviously, I don't think this is how you can distribute anything, but I find this to be interesting, and if you thought about it like this, then, you know, I guess it's not too far-fetched, right? So let's check this out. There's going to be a lot of wind noise in the background. It's not me.
This is one of our 5G towers. All of these radios, and these radios are all 5G. These are older stuff. This is what actually gives you your cell service. But all these 5G, so these are like the brand. Just tell it like how much to give and how much to not give, depending on the area. And these are like the tanks that hold all of the 5G. So this is half of the mixture, and this is the other half of the mixture. And when you put them together, it creates coronavirus. So then that gets to go through these tubes and out of these antennas and projects all over y'all. And I'm just up here to refill it. Also, if you get the vaccination, it makes it like 30 times worse. That's why I am unvaxxed, because I'm the one who works with this shit. If I got vaxxed, I'd be dead already. But yeah, this is how we're doing population control right now.
What?
See, one of these is loose, so it's got a leak. So I've got to figure out which one of these is loose and tighten it back down too.
I mean, what? What? Okay, first of all, those are not tanks. Those are receivers. Those are computer components. That was not a tube. That's where they tie in the wires that connect to that. Those little air tube things, those are just, I think they're deterrents, or they are a piece of metal that they attach to something that gets hot. And what it does is the heat goes into that tube, right? And then it disperses the heat from the machine. A lot of radiators and stuff have little metal things like this where they have a piece of metal so that when it gets really, really hot, it feeds the heat to these pieces of metal that are extending from it. And it allows the heat to go away and go somewhere and not stay like on the radiator or on the computer component. So that's why I say this is fake. There's nobody going up into these towers. There's nobody handling liquid COVID or part this and part COVID and mixing them together and adding them and spreading it. It's not happening, but if there was a way to do this, that would be really scary, right? That would be crazy. You're like, oh, wow. I mean, you could disperse anything this way. But I don't believe 5G has anything to do with COVID. Do I think 5G is a little bit more dangerous than 4G? Yeah, there's something about it. But I don't think that's it. I'm not sure what it is. Are we getting microwaved all day, every day because of it? Are people getting odder and odder because of these microwaves running through the air? These 5Gs, 4Gs, 3Gs, all this stuff floating around. Is it messing with us? I mean, it has to be, right? The chemtrails are messing with us. The messing with the weather is messing with us. The microplastics are messing with us. The mRNA vaccinations are messing with us. Is there anything out there that is not messing with us? I don't think so. I think everything that we do to our environment has a great effect on all of us. So at the end of the day, this is not the way that this is happening. But this is the way that something could happen, for sure. So really, really interesting to me, because maybe not 100% true, but I could see something like this going down. You know, if an enemy wanted to attack and disperse things to the public, wouldn't be a difficult way to do it, you know? Who's watching these towers? Who's going up and down these things every day, all day? Nobody. They only get a call to these towers when something is going wrong, right? Because they set them up and they forget about them. And then all of a sudden they go, boop, boop, boop. Oh, crap. Tower 7500 is having a miscommunication with box number 2022. Can you drive over to that location, climb that thing, and figure out what the hell's going on? Yep, sure can. And then they go up there and then they make a TikTok like this. You know what I mean? So I just think it's scary to think that, you know, the 5G is messing with us just like everything else in our environment is messing with us. But, you know, if somebody wanted to create some havoc, I think they could do it in a sense like this. They would have to set up a different machine inside of it. But who says that they couldn't mask it to look like the computer? I mean, how many faulty credit card machines are out there that have stolen people's identities and all kinds of stuff and stole your financials, have been found in supermarkets and gas stations and all these places? And they look real. They look identical to what you're sliding your card through. So is it far-fetched for somebody to try and do something like this? I don't think so. I don't think so. Now, this one, another episode of The Twilight Zone just dropped. Bill Clinton just said that Kamala Harris is responsible for the death of Laken Riley, who was killed by an illegal alien. Check this out, everybody. This is crazy. Crazy. I can't believe this guy is still kicking. And he actually looks a little healthy. Not really. This video here with our discolored Bill Clinton is MJ Ultra. So MJ Truth Ultra at MJ Truth Ultra. All right.
You had a case in Georgia not very long ago, didn't you?
Yeah, not really.
About a young woman who'd been killed by an immigrant. Yeah, well, if they'd all been properly vetted, that probably wouldn't have happened. But if they're all properly vetted, and that doesn't happen, and America is not having enough babies to keep our populations up, so we need immigrants that have been vetted to do work, there wouldn't be a problem. And he couldn't keep people all torn up and upset.
Very true. You couldn't. Although he does look pretty ill. His face is not looking good. It's like multiple colors. Yeah. No. Man, watching people get old sucks because I'm watching myself get old too, and it sucks. And I'm like, man, I've got to do something now. And I keep telling myself, I'm lazy as fuck, man. 5 years, and I still don't push myself hard enough. I don't push the weights, and it's my own fault. I need to start doing it, though. All right, so my next one over here is the CEO of Goya Foods said the United States government is the middleman in human trafficking operation. This is wild to listen to, everybody, and super scary. I mean, this human trafficking and these sex rings and Diddy and all this stuff, Epstein's Island. I mean, it is just grotesquerie to see all of this stuff going on. It is just disgusting. And I still can't figure out why men can't stop playing with themselves or pulling their dicks out in front of people, or why grown adults can't keep their hands off of kids. I don't get it. MJ Ultra is on X, and it's at MJ Truth Ultra. All right. But let's see what's going on with the CEO of Goya.
Let's ask some of the NGOs. We are actively bringing people to this country for exploitation, millions of people. Last year, on April 26, 2023, Tara Lee Rodas testified before Congress that the U.S. is a middleman in the trafficking of children. Last year, there were 85,000 children lost. Not lost, they were sold. In my opinion, they were sold. And we're the middleman, as Tara Lee said. Recently, the Inspector General of HHS, Health and Human Services, under Javier Becerra and Alejandro Mayorkas, Latinos, abusing Latinos, because the Latinos are the biggest target of trafficking. And women are 70% of people trafficked. Children are 25%. Imagine you have a woman taking care of our border, abusing these children. The Inspector General says that 325,000 children are missing. Again, they're not missing, they've been sold.
What? And I don't like to, say too much on what was going on at the ports, but I heard that the strike, and I don't know if I already said this, but the strike came to an abrupt end. Not because they got the agreement that they wanted, but because they didn't want anybody to find out about the people that were in the containers that they were helping ship into the country for sex trafficking because they were going to rip that entire port apart. And they were going to put in major regulations for checking all the containers. And all of a sudden, their 70% over 6 years dropped down to 65. They got half of the agreements that they wanted, and they signed off on it. Ugh. But you know what I mean? Like, how much of this is actually going on? How much of this is true? Is it all true? And I'm just so dumb about it because I think this is actually the most disturbing thing I could ever hear is that we are still kidnapping and bringing people over and promising them a world of freedom in this great country. And then they wind up in a red light room just taking it. Like, what? How is this still happening today? You know? And the problem is that people don't understand that it's happening more today than it ever has. People being enslaved, people being human trafficked, child labor. It's all happening today. It's all happening all around the world. But because we have it better, right? We have it better here. We just do. If you don't realize that, please go and look things up, everybody. Look things up. Look at what all the other governments to all the other countries are doing. And you tell me who has it best. I'm not saying we've got it perfect. Nobody's perfect. But at the end of the day, man, this is the best piece of dirt to be on. It really is. But still, this is just so creepy, right? Let's see. We have a video evidence of what we've been saying all along. The hurricane was a land grab for lithium and white quartz. Look, I've been saying this for weeks now, ever since that storm happened and I found out there was a lithium pit there. This is what I believe, everybody. And the day that mine gets up and running, those people can't go back, and we have our own lithium to manufacture here in America, you track where that lithium comes from that all of a sudden we have acquired. And I'm telling you right now, it's going to be right out of that mine. This is BS, and these people have been done wrong. This video here that I find very interesting is this video here has been put up by Jack Danger. So at America's with a Z outlaw. So at AMERICAZOUTLAW. On X, it's the check mark is next to a JACKDANGER. Jack Danger.
We work with them. We have plans for local governments. You know, in some areas, you just shouldn't bill back. Mm-hmm. And we've been able to convince certain communities and people that buyouts are better.
Absolutely unbelievable. He just said it. They don't agree with, they agree. They want to show these people that a buyout is the better option. Well, you're not buying them out, right? You shifted a storm. It took them out. You offered them $750, denied everybody any money, and now everybody's out of a house and home, and they have no choice now. So we tried to convince them that a buyout would be better, and they didn't listen. So we went to the next level. Now we don't have to buy anybody out. We can just take what we want. Because that's what they do, everybody. They take what they want. Now, this is humorous and super scary because, well, you're going to find out. I think this is so, wild. This video here is on YouTube is WATTHE is the channel. They have 1 million subscribers. What the F?
All right, guys, I'm going to have my wife hop on this call for training. You guys good with that?
Yeah.
Cool.
Hi, guys. I'm Sarah.
Hey, Sarah.
You're his wife?
Yeah.
I thought you said you were divorced.
What are you talking about?
Let's just go on. It's fine.
All right. That was weird. Either way, O'Connor's a tough client, so I'm thinking that David should take over this account. Oh, shit. Hold on. I'm getting a phone call. I'll be right back, guys.
That's bullshit. Why are you acting like you don't know who I am?
I have no idea who you are. Where do you think you know me from?
Maybe my apartment for the past 2 months. Every fucking night.
What are you talking about? Dude, you're home.
I can literally pull up the text right now. I can pull up the text right now.
Did you guys hook up or something?
No.
Yes.
No, we didn't.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
Guys, what is going on? Eric, so apparently David hooked up with your wife.
No.
What the hell are you talking about?
No.
Yes.
No, they're making things up.
I didn't know that was your wife. She told me her name was Jenny.
No.
Oh my God.
You're so stupid.
Does this mean I get the account now? No.
It should.
Jenny is her sister, man. That's my sister-in-law.
Oh my God, I feel like an idiot.
Is this the guy that she was talking about from Snapchat?
Wait a minute. Did you cut your hair?
Yeah.
Dude,
I don't know.
she is obsessed with you.
Maybe we should go on a double date, the four of us.
Yeah,
Let's go.
To winning. What the hell? Wait, guys, can I come?
No.
That could have taken such a turn for the worst, right? I mean, that could have been like, oh no, she does an alias as Jenny, but Jenny happened to be, his sister-in-law or her sister. But I mean, when I first watched that video, I was like, oh my God, like, could you imagine, like, so many people have been caught with their pants down over Zoom calls and all these different things happen, right? You see somebody on a Zoom call and somebody sneaking out the back door, or, there's been a ton of stuff on these Zoom calls that people have gotten caught for. But I was like petrified for a moment. I'm like, oh my God. Like, and he just blasts her out like that on the call. And it turns out that luckily it was, the sister-in-law. Obviously they must be twins, but why wouldn't you come out and say that? I have a twin sister. Why was that never said? So you're like, okay, well, man, that would have been my first line of defense, right? What are you talking about? I have a twin sister. You sure it wasn't my sister? But she was just like, it wasn't me, it made it seem like it was her. And then, you find out that it wasn't. But man, her husband must have been sitting there going, what the fuck do I do about this? What am I supposed to do with this? We're on a Zoom call. Now I got to wait until she flies home, to deal with this type of situation, which is absolutely bonkers. But yeah, I just thought, I was like, oh my God, which I'm hoping it did the same to you in that first 30 seconds. So this one here I thought was really neat. This is an AI generated kind of like what would happen if all the kids left Sesame Street. And this is super dark, and I love it, and I thought it was perfect for Halloween. This Sesame Street video was done by AINTERESTINGUPDAT is the official on Facebook, and it's at AINTERESTINGUPDATE. AI Interesting Update is the official Facebook channel.
In a city where dreams are shattered and innocence is a thing of the past, welcome to Sesame Street. Once a place of laughter and learning, Sesame Street has fallen into the shadows. The residents, let's just say, they've changed.
Hey Bert, you sure this is gonna work? We mess up and Big Bird ain't gonna be the only one flying.
Relax, Ernie, we've got this. We just need to stay one step ahead of the count. 1, 2, 3, debts to collect.
That's so crazy, man.
Place ever had hope, Elmo?
Hope left a long time ago, Oscar. Now it's just about survival.
In this world, survival means playing the game, and the game has no rules.
Come on, man. Got any more of them cookies? Help a monster out?
Super Grover! What a freaking joke!
962!
Think just because I'm big and yellow I won't mess you up? Think again, punk?
Welcome to Sesame Street, where every day is a fight and only the strong survive.
This mess made possible by the non-contributions from viewers like you. Thanks for nothing, you bastards.
Coming soon. Prepare for a journey into the motherfucking darkness.
I love it. I thought that was awesome because, I don't know, when I was a kid, Sesame Street was a giant thing for me. And I used to watch it all the time. And I know that over generations and as time passes, the show is not even close to the same. And they added so many more puppets in, and the diversity, and of course the PCing of everything today, because everybody's got to be included, ruined it. And that was more of the original cast of Sesame Street. But, I mean, that's basically what happened to that show once all of us grew up and stopped watching it, you know? And, you know, it's kind of fun to put an actual animation to what could have happened after the kids left Sesame Street. They had nothing left. But I thought it was weird. The only part I found weird was that the count, you know, he says, you know, 1, 2, 3 debts to collect. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's the count. But then who is the other vampire counting money? Because that wasn't the same count. So who was that guy? I don't remember there being 2 of them. So maybe there's some of the newer characters mixed in with some of the older characters in this blend of sinister Sesame Street. But I just thought that was really fun. And now we've got this one here, which I thought was done so well. And I absolutely just enjoyed this so much. So let's check it out. This is so much fun. Watch this. Is done by Michael Myers of Decor. So that's MichaelMyersOfDecAtur is the official Facebook channel. They're just, okay, so if you don't know, because you're not watching, right now you have a father and son, I'm hoping. Could be a big brother, a little brother. But they are both dressed up as Michael Myers, walking around Costco. Now he's at the piano that's on display, playing the Michael Myers song. They're shopping at the deli counter. And the little kid is carrying a knife, and they're waving at people, and they're just walking around this Costco dressed as Michael Myers and son. And I just think it's absolutely hilarious because people are not even fazed by it at all. Now, could this be the only time of year they could get, oh, look at, they're looking at the Christmas stuff and they're shaking their heads? If you're not watching this video, you have to. You have to watch this video. Look, the little kid stabbed himself in the eye. Now they're looking down an aisle. Just all sinister. They want Fit Crunch. This is just too funny. I wonder if he wanted to carry that knife the entire time. And then he growls at the door greeter on his way out. Come on, that is hilarious, everybody. I think that's so fun. And you know what? I do enjoy Halloween. I just don't enjoy dressing up. I don't like wearing masks. It feels restrictive. Same reason I didn't like wearing masks 4 years ago, because they're just not enjoyable. But I did think that all these were really fun. And, you know, I'm going to keep this one short. I got somebody coming over today. I'm trying to get this all recorded for you. And I do want to wish everybody out there a happy and safe Halloween. Remember, check your candies. I don't know if people are still wasting their time with razor blades and needles, but it was a thing when I was a kid. So just be cautious out there. There's been fake things going around about they found razor blades in a Snicker bar or Milky Way or something, and there's all kinds of stuff going on. Look, as far as I'm concerned, if the package is sealed, it's got to be pretty safe. But, I mean, all you have to do is squish it, and, you know, you don't even have to open the package. You just squish it, and you feel something. You can feel something solid and something soft. You know what I mean? So just be careful out there. Don't go egging too many houses. That stuff ruins paint, you know? Don't do that shit. But if you got to, go and have some fun. Cause some terror. Enjoy Halloween. Have a great and safe evening. Enjoy the rest of the weekend. And as always, I will talk to you later.